Hello and welcome to Keller Williams Realty Technologies presentation. Today we are covering your new KW website with KW agent Laura Briggs. And Laura is an agent that's 3 years specializing in condominiums. She is serving the Scottsdale, Phoenix Valley, Arizona area. However, I bet she can help you with any of the Arizona homes. She is recently going to be featured in Top Agent Magazine. And as you can see on the screen, Laura is not a webmaster. I am going to bring Laura Briggs onto the call right now. Laura, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. Laura, we hear you loud and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Laura to today's presentation. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you.
And we're so excited to have you here. And the reason Laura is on our call is because Laura, one, is not necessarily a webmaster. So Laura, first of all, I want to ask you, since you're here on this call, what is your experience in marketing and web design?
You know, I don't have much experience at all in marketing or web design. Everything that I've done on my website so far, I've learned through webinars or classes from KW.
Well, that's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring in Laura's website, and you all can take a look at it, and then tell me what you all think. Now, what I would like from you all, if you're on this call, you're wanting to know what Laura has accomplished, I'd like for you all to ask me any questions about what you like on the website. Maybe you can ask how Laura accomplished that and so forth. And right now what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to Laura a little bit about some of the things that really jump out at me on this website. Now, I see some really nice looking pictures of homes, and this home is obviously representative of the area that you work in. I mean, I can take a look at that and tell that's a bit of a desert scene and an area that it would be like Arizona. Again, this is a perfect example of the Arizona area. Now, Laura, tell me a little bit about these pictures. Now, did you have these pictures professionally done? Are these your pictures, or where did the pictures come from?
Yeah, so all the photos of the houses on these pictures, those are all professional photos. They're just my listings, so I'd had them from previously, and I just uploaded them to the website. The last photo on there with the desert scene is a photo that I purchased online.
Cool. So what I hear you saying is that you've taken existing pictures that you have that you were using for listings, and you're repurposing those to display the types of homes, maybe the types of staging environment that would look good, and just kind of a glimpse into the type of home that you might help someone find. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's awesome. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you all to take out from that is that we do provide you with a slideshow of homes and actual slideshows that have graphics in them already. But if you want to get the best appeal, the best look, the best customized look and feel, the least amount look like a template, use your own photos, because nobody knows your area, your niche, and the types of homes and the types of even people that you service than you. So providing those custom photos, and those photos that you've used even in the past are really great. So that's awesome. Thank you for that. Now, another thing came out, and I actually asked people to tell me what they liked about your site, and one of the first things that jumped out at me as well is the calls to action. So here we've got a get help that you expand, and it shows up here where we can get in touch with you. I can email you. I can click on any of these calls to action, which are your social media sites, and you can quickly get to all of the social media sites that Laura is currently active in. And as a visitor, I would immediately realize that Laura has her target down when it comes to social media, so I'm going to easily be able to stay connected with her there. I can also find all kinds of calls to action to log in, to register, and you'll notice here I have a sign up now button. So these are almost identical. They go to probably the same exact place, but what I like about it is they look different. Great calls to action. So we'll click on any one of these and have the option to log in here or sign up now here. Laura, how did you get these calls to action on your site?
Now, these calls to action were actually just straight from the template that I used. So I didn't have to change anything. They just showed up with the template.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you didn't have to add a widget or anything like that to this website in order to put those calls to action. They came as a part of the template.
Yeah, exactly. It was really easy.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all. Right now, we're looking at my website, and I'm going to dive into the view details. Now, view details is where you're going to go to manage and edit any of the sites. What Laura was talking about would be available in the theme selection. So I'm going to click on theme selection here, and you'll notice that we have several options. The one you're looking at right now is exclusive to Keller Williams agents. It is called the Madison design, and it has the Omni box, the search box right there in the middle. But that's not the one that Laura chose. Laura scrolled through. You'll notice that we have additional items here, the Madison, the Plymouth, and the Fremont. Now, I believe the Fremont is the one that was chosen by Laura, but the one that Laura is using doesn't look anything like this. So I'm going to click back on her site here, okay? That's what Laura's site looks like. This is what the default template looks like. And you can tell just by adding those pictures, adding some of her own unique navigation links on top, it actually looks like a much different website. And as I click on the colors, you'll see that not only the colors change, but the template changes somewhat as well. So you can get yourself, your neighbor agent could have the exact same template as you do, but simply choosing a different color will give you a unique look and flavor. So there's that. And thank you, Laura, for explaining that. Now, one other thing I noticed that when I am clicking on any of these links, what's your home worth, if I'm looking at loan pre-approval, even about Laura, you'll notice that I get a necessary call to action. Okay, and these calls to action are asking me to provide my name, my email address, and so forth. And that's happening on the first click. Even if I click on the search link, I'm gonna get to an option to start a search, but then you need to provide your contact information. And this is what we call, actually we're gonna sign up Annie Agent. This is what we call a aggressive lead capture. And Laura, can you tell me a little bit about why you are choosing an aggressive lead capture rather than a passive lead capture?
Yeah, well, I want people to use my website, but I also want them to sign in. So I've just chosen to have them give me their information on, the first visit to my website.
Okay, and if you're not familiar with aggressive lead capture versus passive lead capture, aggressive lead capture is allowing them to view the website, and you can let them view it, 1, 2, 3 times. I do believe with the Playster websites, with the KW websites at this time, it's either you aggressively capture them and they don't even have a chance to look at one property, or it's one click and then they're register, or passive lead capture where you allow them to click around as many times as they want until they decide to sign in. There's two schools of thought with that. Aggressive lead capture is what we call quantity, because if people have to sign in and they want the information, they're going to sign in. You may or may not get the correct contact information. However, they will one day actually provide you with the correct information if they need your service. That's what we call an aggressive lead capture. That's going to get you more quantity, less quality. Passive lead capture is more quality. That means that more people are going to, there are less people that are going to sign up because they don't have to. Those that do, you're most likely getting the correct contact information. If you have read Millionaire Real Estate Agent, or you've talked to Gary Keller, you'll know that the experts typically prefer an aggressive lead capture, so they get more quantity. than quality, that you want to keep that coffer full, and you are going to pull out a lot of quality out of that. It's just more quantity than quality. Just let me know if you all have any questions regarding that. So now I went ahead and submitted the information to Laura through Annie Agent, and of course Laura's going to put Annie on an 8x8 immediately and get her started and tell her now's the right time to buy. But before that, we now have the opportunity to search throughout the website. One of the things I didn't mention on the home page, and Laura, you can tell us a little bit about this. I noticed that the properties down here, your featured properties, are what we call these are directly from your office's website. Now, you did have an option to choose the MLS properties or specific featured properties. You chose to display your office's featured properties. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I chose to have my office's listings on here because, as you can see underneath each listing, it does say courtesy of the brokerage, and I didn't want to display, HomeSmart or Berkshire Hathaway listings. So I chose to show the ones from my office, and I've also chosen to show Scottsdale and Chandler listings because that's where I'd say a lot of my business comes from, and so I wanted people to instantly recognize that that was an area that I worked quite a bit in.
That's awesome. And as we mentioned, everybody has a choice as to which listings that they want to show. Now, as a consumer, even though those listings are the ones that are showing on the featured properties, we still have the ability to search any listing that is available. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, you can search the entire Arizona MLS.
So that's important for you all to realize, is that you can choose your featured properties, whatever you want to show at the bottom. You can choose specific properties, a list of properties, your own featured properties if you choose. So you decide on what range of properties you want to show, or you can leave it just default to where the highest price MLS listings come up. And in this case, I like what Laura's done. She's provided not only Keller Williams listings, but listings that are in her specific niche. All right. Now, let's move on to the search option. Now, Laura, I noticed when I'm up here under search and I click on Cave Creek, I see a search specifically around Cave Creek. I'm assuming this picture or these pictures are about the Cave Creek area, or photos of listings that are possibly in the Cave Creek area. And then I noticed they are? Okay, great. And then I noticed you wrote some text down here about Cave Creek as well. And then a picture of the Cave Creek golf course. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And then how did you get the this format down here? You've got a map. You've got a search listings option there. All of these pictures of listings that are just like showing up. Can you tell us how you created this page?
Yeah, so I basically just used a template. I think it's called the Area Pages template. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to create a certain search through IDX. And so what I did was I searched for all Cave Creek homes, and I saved that search under the area page. And so that allows it to show all the listings in Cave Creek, and then it automatically maps them into that little map area. Wow.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back our administration homepage, and I believe what we're talking about is the areas link right here. Is that right, Laura?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm on the areas link, and then if I click on areas, I can create the area, and then we have what we call a slug here, and anything you type in that page title will show up at the end of this slug. And what that means is that you could copy this entire URL and paste it into a browser, put it behind a term or a text like search properties in, and it will bring you directly to that page. So this is a great way of just getting a quick page on your site or promote it. Now we're going to name the page title, as I mentioned. It'll show up at the end of the slug. And then is it a region, a locality? Is it a postal code? or is it a neighborhood? And then once you choose neighborhood, what this is going to do is it's going to pull up any area neighborhood that is in that MLS. So it's going to pull up all of the different names of the area. Once you do that, then you're going to say whether it should or should not be featured. So in other words, it's going to be a featured area which will show up on the drop-down list. If you don't choose it to be featured, then you can just add it to any other page. You'll notice there's some other options here. You have a headline, a body copy, and then the full width image. And if we go back to this page here in Cave Creek, we've got the full page image, which is right here. This is going to be the banner image. Then you have these other images that will be available, plus the listings. So if we go back into the admin tool, we can add information into the body copy. Now we can also upload files, the half-width image, so every file that you add is going to add an additional dimension to the area page. Once you're done, you can go back into your area's pages and then look at any of the area pages that you have created. So here's your slideshow photos. This is your body copy, your headline copy. You can put a video in there, full width image, and then half width images. And these are all properties that are specific to that area. And then of course, add some additional information and always include a video if you have one, and you can include the video that you've created perhaps for your mobile app like we have. Okay, so let's move on, and I've noticed you've created quite a few area pages. You see what this does with how these look, and what you all need to understand is the power that these hold when it comes to search engine optimization. That's one of the biggest parts of creating area pages is the ability for SEO. That starts here in the information, and then it can also fall under your picture. If you're saving your pictures on your hard drive with the appropriate tags, those can also help you with search engine optimization. All right, and then Laura, I did notice that you added one blog so far to your property, and you did add that blog on a specific property, which is great because that's going to also help you with search engine optimization. If anybody's looking for this specific home, if you're adding content on it. So I noticed you have pictures and then you have some text about it. How difficult, easy was it to create the blog?
Oh, it was really easy. I just kind of copied some of the text from my listing description, included that in the blog. I've uploaded the photos of my listing, and I did add some tags to each of those photos so I could get a little more SEO.
Smart. That's great. So writing the blog was easy, and you took advantage of not only creating a blog, but you created a blog post for this listing. And you could even share that with the owners of the house, the sellers. They could promote that to their social network. So this doesn't only add content to your website, it helps you with search engine optimization, it helps you with promoting that specific listing, and then it helps your sphere to communicate that message as well. All right, looking good so far. All right. Any questions that we can ask that Laura might be able to answer for you, or I might be able to answer for you regarding her website? All right, I'm going to scroll down, and I did notice, Laura, that you have placed a mortgage calculator and a Get in Touch button. Are these widgets that you had to program as well?
No, they're not. I don't know how to program widgets, so everything on here is basically just from the template. I just chose what I wanted, and it automatically shows up.
I love that. And you know what I just noticed, I hadn't seen this before, is the testimonials scroll right underneath. That is so cool. So you just added these in the testimonials link in your Playster website, I'm assuming, and then they automatically just show up on the bottom there scrolling. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, I just included the text into these testimonial areas, and then it automatically scrolls.
I love that. Oh gosh, I may have to think about moving my templates because I don't know if the other ones that we have does that. That's one of my favorite features right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So I don't see any questions. Either they're so completely overwhelmed, Laura, with the information that we provided them, or they are busy getting their websites to also look awesome. And so we do appreciate your time. We do appreciate everything that you have done on the website. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a big hand and thank you. Um, Steve did have a question. It said, what happens when the same person visits the site with aggressive lead capture? Do they have to provide their information on each visit? And Steve, I can answer that question. The answer is no. There's a couple of things that'll happen, Steve. If you are using this site on the same device all the time, the cookies will remember that you have been on that site. It will sign you in. If you visit the site from a different page, all you have to do is sign in from a different computer, I should say. All you have to do is sign in one time. Hopefully you remember your username and login, and then it will log you in. It'll remember any of the information that you've saved in the past. All right, got a bunch of great jobs, Laura, so thank you very much. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of today's presentation. And as always, we want you to stay on the edge of real estate technology by using KW technology. And as always, we want you to make it a great day at Keller Williams. Thanks again, everyone. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and we will talk to you all next week. Thanks for being here.